Welcome to Green Belt Pitbull Combat Jiu-Jitsu. The first thing that we're going to go over today for Green Belt is pressure points that you'll use in grabbing, self-defense techniques, ground fighting, and self-defense just in general. Alright, first we're just going to go from the head and work our way down. These are basic main things that you can use. Of course, the hair is a very good control pressure point. It don't hurt a lot, but it's a reaction pressure point. Basically, you pull the head one way, the head will go that way, unbalancing. As far as the head is concerned, next, number two is biting. Of course, biting always helps. The last resort, which you take the face right below the nose is a very good pressure point. The nose itself pushing back. I like to call it Miss Piggy technique. Right below the ear. Very, very, very painful pressure point. Okay? Grabbing the bottom of the jaw, right between the first jaw line and the front of the jaw line. Very good pressure point. You digging your fingers off into that. Then of course you got the throat, the esophagus. This is another one that don't hurt very much, but it gets a reaction, getting the guy off of you. Okay, and now we get into some pinches. Anywhere where there's fat part on the body, all you have to do is just pinch the arm, just with a little bit, and twist, and you'll get a good reaction. The love handles, that's another good place, right there. Inside the leg, of course, the groin is a good one. Very good pressure point. Everybody knows about that. Anywhere on the foot and the inside of the leg, the whole leg is nothing but one big pressure point. Them's the main ones that we try to attack in Pitbull Jiu-Jitsu. Other vital areas that we like to go to is the eyes. Now there's two ways of going about it. You got the finger flick, which is basically you're banging the eyes, and then of course the finger jab, where you're actually jabbing your finger in the eyes. The legs, the throat, the eyes, the groin. Them are four major targets that we like to go to in Pitbull Jiu-Jitsu. Okay? Okay, now what we're going to go over is the second set of 10 of ground locking techniques for Pitbull Jiu-Jitsu. Okay. Let's see, we'll go this way, go ahead and lay straight down. Okay, basically, we're going to start out with a choke. It's called smother choke. Anytime you do a smother choke, and remember, we stopped from the side top hold. We started from all fours. You're in front, your attacker's in the rear, you went to shoulder, you went to chicken wing number one, you went to straight arm bar, chicken wing number two, wrist lock, V1 arm lock, pillow arm lock, V1 cross smother, side top hold, and guillotine the choke. Now you put another choke on. This one is called smother, and we have a variation with it too. Basically, how it would work is if this hand gets up and tries to push, he's trying to push you up in this manner. Okay? You just palm strike right below the elbow, get an arm to go across his face, lean forward on it, grabbing your hands palm to palm, making sure that the bone edge is on the back of the neck. A lot of people want to try to do it like this, where it's flat. Use this part to choke, or this part. It'll work, but it takes a lot longer. You don't have time. So it's right here. You'll want to lean on him, switch your legs, and drive into him. Okay? That's the first one. That's the main one. We're bridging all our body weight, or as much of it we can, into it. The second, or the variation, is basically you got the technique and you just pull forward on him until he slaps out. It's just a variation, gives you a little variety as far as how to apply the smothered choke. Alright, now we get into some arm bars. The first one, the arm comes across the leg. Basically, you got it down here and you're having a hard time fighting it. You just basically put that on top of it and scissor it. You're pushing down and raising this one slightly. What we call scissor, because you're scissoring your legs like this. Notice I'm holding the shoulder down because it gives. See right there, it moves. I'm holding down, keeping my head down. Scissor leg, scissor arm bar. Okay, the next one is another arm bar variation. Basically, this foot comes up, you wrap this foot over the top of it. This one goes over, and you lean forward and lower that leg. It's called the figure four arm bar. Okay? Okay, again, we take it, we hooked it over, hook this over, Foot slides down and lock. Figure 4 arm bar. All right, the next one is called the telephone arm lock. Basically, the arm comes up to here and it goes just like this. Your outside arm goes between his arms and grabs your wrist while you have the hold of his wrist from behind, his elbows pointing up. Okay? Basically, pain, just push it out that way. Okay? Your head down, lock it out. Then we go to the telephone arm lock variation. Grab the hand, just switch hands on the wrist. This hand goes into the armpit and stretch it out. From here we go to the V1 cross arm lock. Basically this foot comes up, you feed that arm down in there, grab your hands, lean back in this direction. Variation, this foot comes up, you scissor it so you can stretch the arm out at the same time. Just go around this way. See a little better. Now I'm pulling the arm away from the head. Relax. Of course, you'd have your head down. I'm just doing this so I can talk. You always want to have your head down in the side top hole because he'll be grabbing with that hand, trying to scissor your legs, scissor your head with his legs, and all kinds of things. So you always want to keep your head way down in this manner. I'm just doing this for talking purposes. Okay, now I've got into this position. Now we're going to get into a couple of double locks. And basically the first one is he's grabbing with his hand with his fist, trying to push my head up, and we just grab the hand. Now we're not pushing down with our arm strength. You notice I'm pushing down with my head and arm strength. And it just comes down and you grab your wrist. This is called the V1 cross pillow. Okay? You got control of this arm, grabs your wrist, lean forward. Okay? The V1 cross pillow. The reason why it's called a pillow is because it looks like he's pillowing his head with his own arm. Okay? The next one, he grabs. Basically, you just come up, take this, keeping pressure on this arm, take it to here. Put your hand under here. It's called a double V1 cross. Okay? Lean forward on the head, push out with both arms. Very, very painful. Okay? The next technique now basically is what's happening is this hand slips loose and he pulls this arm out, which that happens a lot of times, and he turns over on all fours. Basically, and we get into this position. Now what we're doing is we're learning our first basic locks from this position here. Now this one I'm going to do in several different angles because this is probably one of the more difficult things that you'll probably be doing. Right now what we're doing is we're reaching over and we're hooking this arm. This leg comes over. If you hook this arm, you hook the leg, you roll. You do the cross body arm bar. Make sure the thumb's up and bridge. Okay? Let's go this way. Hooking the arm, step over, grab his leg, roll, and lock. Okay? You'll find yourself in that position a lot when you're doing ground fighting. So it's a very good thing for you to learn. You can get a pretty big sized guy over if you use the principles. Okay? Reach over, leg comes over, grab this leg, roll and lock. Okay? Making sure his thumb is facing up, his pinky is down. Okay? Let's go this way. Turn around the other way. Okay. You're reaching over, you're grabbing the arm. This leg comes over, grab the leg, throw, and lock. Okay, your cross body arm bar. Okay, now, from this position, now we're going to do the same locks over and over using the next one. You switch in this leg to here and this leg to here, and you come up to your right side. This is called the neck stock arm bar. Put your feet down, please. You want to have a straight line shoulder line with the arm, or at least, or higher. My right foot is behind, I'm on my right side. This leg is pushing into him as I straighten my leg and push down at the arm at the same time. Okay? Now what will happen? A lot of times with this, if you get a wiry guy and you don't get this thing sunk in on him, is he will come up. Will he come up? Basically, just like this. What you got to do is just sink it in a little deeper and hook the arm just a little bit this way and keep turning. Keep going. Basically, that's where you want to stop him. Now you have what we call a reverse figure 4 arm lock. Basically, push up on the arm. The pinky is up now. I have my legs very painful on me. I just use my body, both my hands is free. Okay? This is all, that's all 10 of them, the second set of 10. Like I said, these last 3 we're going to go over in different angles. And down this way, head facing that way. Okay? Yeah, grab my hook. I roll like so. I come over. I turn this way. Okay? He keeps coming up. Keep coming up. You just hook it down. This is the arm bar that you have now. You should be able to see it pretty good. To get him to go down, all I have to do is lift up on that arm. You can see the arm bar that I have. Use my body to go up or push up with my hand. This is right at the shoulder area. Okay? Don't take much. Okay? Okay, let's go this way. Face this way. Ankles over. The block, we've got the crossbody arm bar. We switch. We go to the next stock arm bar. He comes up. You just put that foot over, turn to your side, and there's your shoulder lock. Okay? This foot should be hooked under the body for best results. That way you can control his body, and you're right here. You have to just push up on the arm. You can go like this, put it on the outside so you can come up to strike your attacker, talk to your attacker. You have him pretty much control. Go ahead and try it now. Takes little or nothing. All I got to do is squeeze my legs together a little bit to make him settle down. Once his base starts coming up, that's lean forward and squeeze. Okay? Last time. Turn around, head this way. Okay? We're going to do this crossbody arm bar a little quicker to show you basically how you get into it. Maybe it'll be like, it's basically how you want it to work. Okay? Next stock, arm bar. He rolls over, you just hook that leg and let it roll over with him. You have it. You got the reverse figure 4 arm bar. Okay? Pushing up in this direction, thumb, pinky facing up here, thumb facing down. Squeeze the legs together for pain. This way. Any different way. A lot of different ways to cause pain with that technique. Okay? All right, the next section of videotape for green belt is chokes and strangles. This is part 2. Most of these are standing. We have a couple laying down. And this is how you want to practice these at first, and then later on in the Jiu-Jitsu, you will actually be doing the chokes with techniques. All right, the first choke that we want to go over, first series of chokes, these are lapel chokes. You find these in Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, both. And if a person has a heavy shirt on or a coat, these chokes work very well. The first one, we got palm up, cross lapel choke. Basically, you want to enter in as far as you can where this part of your wrist, from here and this area right in here is on the throat, the side of the neck. There, okay? And you cross and you do the same thing on this side. And basically all you do is just pull in. Elbows pulling in. You're just doing this, cutting off the throat. Okay, one more time. Up. And pull. Very, very good little choke. Okay, you can do these down on the ground. I just do these set on standing up. Basically to give you a right. Now we go to the palm up. Basically you want your back knuckles resting on top of the shoulders. That's how deep that you have to have them. Okay? Turn it here and basically pull the elbows out on that one. You're going like this and pulling them in. Okay, one more time. In. In. Okay? Now, of course, t-shirts, things like this kind of stuff's not going to work. Remember, this is for heavy shirts and clothes. All right, the next set is the next choke that we're going to do, I don't know if this is probably the best, I call it the guillotine. a lot of people do, but you have the same entry as you did on the previous ones in yellow belt. As soon as you can see that first main knuckle line on the thumb, that's as far as you want to go. I'm using my body as a base. That way this choke will work a lot faster. Going palm to palm, getting you a good stance. This hand pulls, wrist action with this, and choke up. Very fast, very effective choke. And guillotine. Okay? Works exactly the same as like the scarf, just opposite. You're doing this action here on the throat. Okay. Now let me backtrack just a minute. On your cross lapel chokes, a lot of the things that people do wrong with these is they turn their wrist over this way or this way with the back of the hand, making sure that this part and this part is the only thing that ever chokes. You never choke with this part of the arm, you never choke with this part of the arm. The same holds true with this. This would be incorrect. Okay, you got too much in there. It needs to be turned just like that. You have this part of the arm or this part of the arm doing the chokes. Okay, now we're going to go down. Okay, no, lay down. Okay, now getting down in the top straddle position. Now we have a couple of chokes here that we want to work with. Okay, this is a palm up, palm down, cross lapel choke using the lapel or a shirt or a jacket. Okay? First thing, you go palm up, down on top of the shoulder. Okay? Then this one's going to go palm up. One palm down, one palm up. Now this hand pulls while you do this across the throat. It's basically what you're doing. Okay? What you're doing, you're pulling with this, down across the throat with that. Okay, the next one was basically the bear hand or the bear choke for exactly the same thing. I call this the tiger choke. Grabbing the back of the head, digging these fingers into the back of the neck. You have nerves in the back of the neck. Grabbing your wrist as far down as you can, leaning well forward and into the throat. Okay? Well forward and into the throat. I call it the tiger choke. Okay? One more last time. Right in the center of the neck, grabbing the wrist, going well forward and down for the choke. This is if you got somebody that don't have a shirt on or a t-shirt on. It's basically the same thing as the cross lapel palm up, palm down choke that we just did just a minute ago. Let's go over that. Okay? Palm up, palm down, palm up, and in. Very painful, as you can see, all the chokes. Okay, this next section of videotape, we're going to go over the submission ground locking series. Remember, we had the first 4 in yellow belt. Now we're going to continue on with that. And this first time, what we're going to do is we're going to go through it, so you'll basically have a knowledge of what it's all about. Now, this is teaching you sensitivity. No matter what a person does, what he does with his arms, you have both arms, both legs to deal with, plus the head. All them digits, no matter which way your attacker goes, he will fall into something. Okay, let's get back to here. This has been the first position. I'm just going to go over this all the first very slowly, and then we're going to add on the second set. You should remember these here. Falling down, leg in between, shoulder lock. Okay, then you're going into the chicken wing. And you're going to roll over, and you go into the arm bar. Thumb straight up, straight shoulder line to there. Then the arm bends, chicken wing. Okay, and that's as far as we got. If you remember, now we're going to go into the second set. We got the wrist lock. We got the left arm wrapped around the elbow, your chin and neck right on top of it, and press down. Okay, that's number 1, wrist lock. Then the hand comes here, you grab the wrist here and you make a V out of the arm. This hand goes underneath the arm and grabs your wrist. This is the V1 arm lock. Basically just lift up on this arm for pain. Okay? Now we're going to get into the pillow arm lock. Basically, you grab this wrist here, grab around the head, grab the shoulder, and lift forward. Okay? Lift forward. Okay? And then the last one, this hand comes up, comes through, you slap it through, hook it, grab, and lean forward. You're adding a smother choke with it. Okay? Let's go through them again. Scoot around this way a little farther. No, come here. All right, back up just a little bit. Okay, I'm getting real close with this. You'll see. Now I'm not going to go over the rest of them. We're just going to go over the second set. Basically, here's the wrist lock. You have this arm here so it can't slide in this way anymore. Okay, so this arm is blocking it. Your body weight is on top of it, and you press down. Okay, your gooseneck wrist lock. Okay, then it goes down, and you grab the wrist here. This hand comes underneath, and you grab onto your wrist and basically lift up your B1 arm lock. Then you switch hands. Hand comes up underneath, grabs onto the shoulder, and lean backwards. Pillow arm lock. Okay? Next one, hand comes up. He's trying to do something. He got this hand out. He's trying to do something. You push it through, drop your body weight, grab, and lock. Okay? Let's go through them again. Wrist lock. Here, grab on the elbow, pressing down body weight. Put the arm down, grab with the left arm, hand comes underneath, and lean, B1 arm lock. Switch hands, grab up underneath, grab the shoulder, and pull, pillow arm lock. He comes up with that hand, you slap it through, grab, and smother choke. Triangle arm lock, whichever one you want to call. Here, and cut. Okay? One last time. Okay? Grab onto the elbow, palm right here. Down. Down. Arm comes up, press it through. Body weight, grab, and lock. Okay?